Attention, everyone. The Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge is inviting you to join us in September for the African Union CARICOM Summit in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Sign up for the 3-day package and be a part of the AU CARICOM Summit, plus take in all of the sights of Addis Ababa, the new flower. Or you can opt for our 9-day cultural national tour, and that will engulf sites like Lalibela, Aksum, the Simeon Mountains, and much more. Transportation, accommodation, and your meals all included. So contact us now and reserve your spot. Email us priestisaacinstitute@gmail.com or visit our website priestisaacinstitute.com. Ethiopia. See you there.
And a very pleasant good afternoon, Antigua and Barbuda, and welcome to Connecting with the Day. Blessed to be in for today, Wednesday. It's midweek, and I've got some notables in the house with me, and I tell you, one of the best persons to introduce them for us this afternoon. He's with us. He's no stranger to, of course, Observer, and we say a very special good afternoon to the Honorable Priest Isaac.
My good brother, blessed love to you, and give thanks to your royal audience, and of course, internationally, I know we have many people that are in tune with us. Well, as you said, we have some very dignified, esteemed diplomats with us today. We are here celebrating, first of all, the 133rd anniversary of the birthday of Emperor Haile Selassie I. Of course, Emperor Haile Selassie I, as we know, the Emperor of Ethiopia. And we are talking about a celebration of life and a celebration of truth at this moment. So we have with us a delegation from the headquarters in Jamaica of the Congress of which I am a priest of. As you know, I'm a priest, not just a Rastafari priest, as everyone knows, but I'm a member of the Ethiopia Africa Black International Congress Church of Salvation. We call it, the Bobo Shanti order. Everybody knows it as the Bobo Dreads, but ones must understand that the Bobo Shanti order is the priestical order within Rastafari. In fact, although we talk about Nyabingi, it really began, Bobo Shanti rose the first Nyabingi, the Honorable King Emmanuel Charles Edwards, in 1958 in Kingston, Jamaica. So there's a lot of history behind that. And as I said, we have a delegation of elders with us, and elders mean in knowledge and wisdom. But
that's a blessing for us right here,
yes.
News Observer Radio.
Yes,
that's Lord. A blessing.
And also elders in experience with age too, and that's just the reality. And we have the royal priests with us. First of all, Honorable Priest Anthony Morgan.
Priest Morgan.
Priest Morgan. Blessed man. You could just put the mic a bit. Let me just help you out, brother.
Bring it down, right, Priest Morgan.
Yes. Brother David tell me that all the time. Bring the mic closer, priest. And we have Honorable Priest Fligo Davidson. Blessed love, my Lord.
Davidson.
Yes.
Welcome.
These are individuals that would have been with our father. When I said our father, I'm speaking of Honorable King Emmanuel, Prince Emmanuel. We would have spoken about him on your program already, my brother. And he is one of the outstanding esteemed elders within Rastafari who would have really faced the tribulation to really strengthen this order as we know it today. Honorable Priest Fligo is his driver, and Priest Morgan is one of his trusted servants. And then we have the Honorable Empress Maisie, also known as Empress Miriam. And she is our Queen Mother, our royal singer, and one of our strongest matriarchs within the faith. And as I said, they're here to expound love and their wisdom and whatever it is that, the Spirit will guide them to say to your audience today.
Well, of course, it's a celebration that you're having. And they're here in Antigua. What is going to be taking place in Antigua and Barbuda as far as their visit to Antigua and Barbuda?
Well, before I pass it over to them, let me just say that, as you know, I am the ambassador in Antigua and Barbuda for this Congress. We even have a visiting ambassador from Trinidad as well. He's not with us, in the name of Honorable Priest Ogaru. So we have a few dignitaries here for the celebration, and it's going to lead into the 1st of August. As you know, that's just around the corner, the 1st of August, Emancipation Day, and then the Earth Strong, or birthday of the mighty Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey. So there are a few things. We have some banquets and some dinners we have planned tonight. We'll be having a special 2 Nyabingi services. Of course, you would know that every year Rastafari gather together in the botanical gardens. So tonight is no exception. Ones will be gathering, feasting, and having a good time. We will be expressing our Nyabingi order. The priests will be there to, say a word or two to the congregation. And then in the darkness of the night, we will be returning to our camp at Payne's Village Main Road. Our concepts and our practice really is to have an all-night service. So you don't have to worry about us. We'll be celebrating until the sunrise tomorrow. But it will begin at the Botanical Gardens. So I am inviting people to come out to the Botanical Gardens to witness the whole expression of what is taking place there. Even now, they can go there now, because the Rastafari community, they're there and everything.
Yeah, they're the Botanical
right now,
okay.
Since a few days ago.
Okay.
And then we will be performing, and then we will be having our Nyabingi service and our Sabbats, everything. We have a great agenda taking place there at our camp on Payne's Village.
Let me first to say thank you to the Honorable Empress Queen Mother. Welcome to Antigua. And, of course, welcome to Newsco Observer Radio.
Yes.
Your first trip to Antigua?
Yes.
Have they taken care of you?
Very good.
Okay, good. Of course, we reflect on the 133 anniversary of the birth of Haile Selassie, the first emperor of Ethiopia. What nugget can you lay with us as far as that is concerned?
Well, today it's a special day for I Rastafari, as our great king was born on this day. Back into times, it was, special when the king was born, because as history record, in Ethiopia, for 4 years, there were famines in Ethiopia, where, people died, and animals and, to add. And when the king was born, it was very special because that famine, that drought that took Ethiopia for 4 long years, there was no water there. And when the king was born, there was blessing. And the king born with lightning and thunder to show that he is special. So today, it is a very special day for all of us, not only for Rastafari alone, but for all of us people to know that our king, the Black King, was born today. And so we take this opportunity and we are celebrating the birth of His Highness.
Honorable Priest Morgan.
Give thanks, Live Elton, give thanks to the Ethiopia Africa Black International Congress. Give thanks to already found our leader, our president, our God and King, right, and the King Emmanuel, Charles Edward, Black Christ, and give thanks for the principle and aim and objective of this Congress, It stands for freedom, redemption, international repatriation, and that is our main objective, repatriation, So we give thanks to our God in 3 persons. Thanks to Emperor Selassie, as this day is his earth strong. We do give thanks to all people worldwide who are celebrating such great event, upon earth, So we ever give thanks for His Majesty present, because through his prophecy and history, said we still, So black man, God is black man king, So from His Majesty rise within Ethiopia, and I know that it's our God and King from the birth, because within His Majesty fulfillment, and prophecy, he was, I think, the 9th or the 10th the ninth child of his parents, and the 8th before him shall lose, So we give thanks his majesty did even come fulfill. She was probably seen and come to bring forward the black nation, within a royalty, a royal family, and we represent our kings of kings for the black nation, because you have many kings of kings rise,
Is this your first visit to Antigua?
No, this is my second visit,
When was the last time you were here?
Last year, July.
Oh, you were here last year?
Yeah.
Oh, you're making it a habit.
Try. I give thanks, Yeah.
Honorable Priest Flieger, come closer to the microphone.
Yeah, man.
Come to the microphone. Come to it.
I want to give thanks to be here, Present at the moment here, celebrating I God and King, saying, Black man God, Black man King. Holy Emmanuel I, Selassie I, Jah, Rastafari. Yeah, it's a very special moment, because the man we I celebrate him earth strong. I know could normal man on earth, Because even President Kennedy, United States of America, say when him visit America them time there, when President Kennedy was the president, him say, President Kennedy declare, say, is the greatest man ever put him foot on the shore of America, and there will never be a greater man, You have a man named Armstrong, did have a thing in Tomorrow World. Him say, if the world did listen what this man say, His Imperial Majesty, the world would have on a different course, So he's not no hardner man, we are celebrating Earth Strong today, saying? So I declare him as a God and King,
First visit to Antigua?
Second.
Okay, good. Make it happy. Keep on coming.
That's
We take
right.
a commercial break. We'll be right back with more.
Attention, everyone. The Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge is inviting you to join us in September for the African Union CARICOM Summit in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Sign up for the 3-day package and be a part of the AU CARICOM Summit. Plus, take in all of the sights of Addis Ababa, the new flower. Or you can opt for our 9-day cultural national tour, and that will engulf sites like Lalibela, Aksum, the Simeon Mountains, and much more. Transportation, accommodation, and your meals all included. So contact us now and reserve your spot. Email us priestisaacinstitute@gmail.com or visit our website priestisaacinstitute.com. Ethiopia. See you there.
With Dave Lester Payne, right here on Observer Radio 91.1 FM.
It's a special day in Antigua and Barbuda, a special day around the world. And of course, so we have the notables in house to tell us all about what's happening today. And of course, the celebration began on Monday.
On Monday, yes. You had, well, basically, again, I hope I'm coming through clear here.
You are.
Yeah, basically, again, you know that, just to bring in a little history here.
Please do.
And I know you would know the history quite well. When I personally came into Rastafari, I always see myself, I'm a unique sort of person, I always tend to see the end of an age and the beginning of something new. Maybe everyone has a bit of that when you really look at it, because they say every 10 years things change. But I remember just coming into the faith 1996, and at that time, ones were gathering together every 23rd day of July. They refer to it as Kwanzaa. And my understanding is that we've been doing that maybe since the 80s. And then after a while, it got a serious lull, and there was no strong celebration. And then a few years back, I think it was King Oko Blocks, Ras Oko Blocks, once we know that elder, one of the forerunner Rastafari here in Antigua. He decided to revive this 3-day and 3-night celebration and place it in botanical gardens. I think at a time it was an Ovals basketball court, or the Ovals Park. Park is a better term. And then it was, when I came into this faith, it was really taking place down at the former King George pasture. We used to call it Lumumba Park. And what's the official name now? If you know,
I think it's named after a footballer.
okay, fair enough.
So,
Give thanks. So,
yeah.
so now what is happening now? I think this would be actually maybe the 5th year since it would have been revived. And so every year they have a 3-day and 3-night celebration. And it's usually the first and second night is usually around craft and arts and poetry and dancing and singing and food and that level of culture. And then the third night, which is like tonight, His Majesty Earthlight, as it would be referred to as, they would have strong Nyabingi going in. But I must say, Brother Dave, the reality is we're looking at history being evolving in front of us as such. And why I say that, and I'm a big part of it, I must say, and this is why it's my delight to introduce these elders to the society. Because, you see, we've only seen Rastafari, let's just say from the jungle perspective, no disrespect, let's just be honest. For those who know the history of Rasta, if you ask anybody, people tell you Rasta began in jungle. And I'm very passionate and very appreciative of my history when it comes to Rastafari, even in Antigua. But the reality is, the genesis of this came out of the elders' wisdom in Jamaica after seeing the King of Kings crown in 1930. And of course, hearing the spirit of Marcus Garvey pointing them to Ethiopia. So why it's so important for me to highlight this, my good brother, is that in 1958, this is very important, on the 1st of March, Honorable King Emmanuel Charles Edwards, the elder Rasses will know him as Bongo Eddie or Prince Emmanuel. What he did, he gathered, this was the largest gathering of Rastafari at that time. Some say 3,000, some say almost 5,000 Rastas gathered in Jamaica for a Nyabingi celebration, 3 whole weeks in Kingston. Now, just to think of that, 1958, imagine Rassis gathering for 3 weeks, not being molested by the police. Molestation came, but it came at the very end because of a little, let's say, bad doings on some of the brethren's behalf. But the point I'm making is that at that time, even the government stood back and observed what these brethrens and sisterins were doing for 3 long weeks. Nyabingi. So the Nyabingi you hear about today, it had its origin within this concept, this priestical order known as the Bobo Shanti order. When I started to move like this, people thought I was a Muslim. Say, we are Rasta, you be? Okay, and I Rasta this here. Rasta and I move like that. Rasta and I wrap up their head. But that's what they were saying because they were looking at it from this Antigua kind of perspective. When the original Rastas is robe and turban, that's the churchical order of Rastafari. So that's why we have elders today that would have trod this order since they don't have no gray beard, they can't. Before I born, You see, I listening to the other while ago, we talk about our beautiful sister, Empress. She just named Empress. I can say without any shadow of a doubt, and the elders can back me, we as Bobo Shanti specifically is who start to call women or woman
Empress.
Empress. When I used to say Empress here in Antigua, all the Rasses, I can call the name, can testify. I just get fire. Fire! One Empress, daughters, fire! Blessed love. Fire burn blessed love. Hail ye. And now everybody say blessed love. Blessed love, welcome to the midday news. So you see how things have evolved.
Yeah.
That's how far it has gone. Okay. I don't know if Honorable Empress may I taking away the show.
No, you're not taking away my show. You roll into that because I'd like you to give us some insight into what it was like in the early years.
Yes, Honorable Empress Maisie, especially as an empress too. Because the empresses go through their own tribulation.
Yes.
Yeah, even differently than a man.
So tell us tell us a little bit of your story.
And she's a family empress too, Honorable.
Well, thanks again. My story, I came to the camp with my king man, and children. When I came to the camp, it was beautiful. You know, it was so marvelous. That's the first time I visited there. I didn't want to go home. It was love all around, you know, it's blessing, greetings, things that I never see. You know, when they greet you, they say, blessed love. You know, even the smallest a child teach me how to say blessed love. So for me, I said that was beauty. You know, that is what I'm looking for in a Rastafari family. You know, because when I grew up seeing Rastafari, but was afraid of Rastafari people. And when I come to the foundation and see Rastafari family, you know, my heart was so overwhelmed and happy to be. So I just tell my king man, this is where I want to be. You know, gods and goddess, you know, love all around, greetings, what we don't get on the outside world. You understand? So it was blessing. I'm there since 1979 I came to the foundation. And I'm still there, you know, going through, standing up for, you know, true salvation, standing up for as black woman. And so our father to form a league and a Women's Freedom Liberation League, which I am a member, leading empress, elder, you know, trying to motivate, to teach the younger ones. You know, because if we don't teach our younger ones of what is happening, how they going to be for tomorrow. You understand? So I'm there, you know, trying to strengthen them, teach them the way of right, like how my father teach me the way of right and strengthen me. So it's a lot I learned since I come to the foundation, my principles, a woman, who I am, you know, as a black woman. You understand? So it is good.
And before you pass it on, let me say, even since the Honorable Empress came in, Sabbath pass, some of the sisters that come to our Sabbath service, you already gathered them and had a very elderly talk with them. So we're planning to do some more outreach.
Yes.
You know, when it comes to expressing the culture that the Queen Mother has.
Yes.
Honorable Priest Pfleger, let's
Lord.
recap some of the things, of course, that you think is notable, that you think the general public ought to know.
Yeah, even where Priest Isaac, Honorable Priest Isaac declared about the foundation 1958, the 1st of March 1958, we have a 21-day Nairobi Convention seminar. At that moment, Britain did rule Jamaica. You know, they never get the so-called independence. For them say them false independent there. But them time there, the governor, you never have governor general them time, was a governor rule Jamaica, a man named Sir Kenneth Blackburn. And the 3rd day of the binge, him drive command and I him limousine with him bike ride at him with him. And him stop on the outside of the binge go on at 54B Spanish Town Road. Him stop on the outside. Him never come out of him car. And him out there for about half hour. And I take in because he say black man government a farm, you know. Black people government a rise, you know. Because Rasta man, you know. Rasta man from all over. Sometimes they never have no Neabing, you know, 12 tribe, no Orthodox, no Coptic. I just Rasta. Every man did not one, you know. So it lasted 21 days. And a red, gold, and green. It's straight across Spanish Town Road. Because I was at 54B Spanish Town Road. So the man them stretch a banner, red, gold, and green, right across the road. So bus, car, everything. Drive another banner. After the binge, after the 21 day over, you know. So the virgin them feel so good now themselves. Man say freedom, redemption, who want go home? Who want go home? And we not them say no, man say them not go back at them yard. They want to go Africa. No. You know what I'm saying? So the march go to a place named Victoria Park. Where Elizabeth did name the park. Victoria Park. And in the park and I agitate freedom and police and soldiers circle the park. Because I know in the Rasta man there, secure them say something all go on. You know what I'm saying? So them circle the park. So one of the Rasta, some of the youth, them because I know say enough young youth, Rasta youth there too. You know, some man misbehave, but burn down a tree, them see tree mark Princess Honey. And the man them burn down the tree and one statue there, them are King George, one white statue. The man fling a big stone and lick off one of their hand. You know, and the police.
That's when the police move in.
Yeah, the people them go there and tell the policeman, say, you know, see the rest of them up there and mash up the park over there. And they move in and start beat Rastaman.
Wow.
Rastaman start run for all angle. But Prince Emmanuel know who I father, the present there. No for the Rastaman the present. Planner, Jalite, Sam Brown, you know, Gadman, the whole of them man they there, you know.
Real elders.
Yeah. You know, a man named Claudius Henry. The whole of them there. But through the police them ready, man start run all along, but Prince Emmanuel never run. And then beat him to the pulp.
Wow.
Even one at a time when a man, a policeman will lick him with a button. The button lick on a iron rail. And piece of the button fly gone and piece left in the man hand. So them they declare, say the button did broke on Emmanuel. But we get the understanding, say the iron bar, you know? The button did broke on, you know what I'm saying? So enough thing go on them time there, but it was a glorious moment because it was a formation, it go on. The Ethiopia Africa Black International Congress, a government farm.
Before I go to the Honorable Priest Morgan, you said everything was one. Now there's different fraternity, different things. What would have caused it?
Good question.
Yeah, you see when the disturbance go on at the park, you know, Rastaman run go on all about, them say a man named Planner. He was the first man broke off because he was the secretary
King Emmanuel.
for King Emmanuel.
Martin Moplano.
Planner. He broke off and go to a place named Sadly and go farm up a little group.
So why he wanted the separation?
Through them cause the disturbance, I'm no Prince Emmanuel when them reach back out.
Oh, you mean because of the park?
Yeah.
And what happened then?
Yeah, and Johnny would tell them to go mash up no park or lick off no statue on. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, man just decided, say, because one of the main agenda upon the reason, Prince Emmanuel tell I personally, say when the reason they are going, one of the topic was Rastafari have identity. Not just you're Rasta, you leg your dread and move on. So Jadi showed them to the turban, pine them to the turban tradition. Because Prince Emmanuel, him never used to wear turban either as a young man.
Just the locks.
Yeah. But we reach a stage when I show them about the ancient Lalibela tradition from Ethiopia and I pine them to the tradition. Some man say them not up them head because Poco, because you see some big people say Poco revivalist them. You used to tell them Poco meaning.
What's the meaning of that, priest?
Honestly, I think the elders might be in a better position.
What's that?
The Poco meaning was some people where a Jesus thing them deal with still. You know? I know Sir Rasta not deal with Jesus. Rasta born Jesus. You see what I say?
Yeah.
Yeah, Selassie, Marcus, Emmanuel. We deal with God in flesh.
Yeah.
We don't deal with the Antichrist spirit God. So the Poco people is our people and based off of that, but them have an African tradition too.
Yes.
Where them beat them drum and them but them still call back on Jesus. So it never makes sense to it. You see what I say?
I hear you.
Natural. So I from them time they don't know. Praise giant tree person, praise man of right is God in flesh, and men of wrong is Satan. We praise God in flesh. The man say, whosoever worship God, worship nice spirit and the truth. The spirit, yeah, hear the word that come from the mouth, you know. But the truth and the flesh have to manifest the truth, you know what I say?
Yeah.
None of them can work it out one another. You never hear word sound that come out of thin ear.
No.
If you hear word that come out of radio, I will there behind the radio. I declare it, that's what I say. So,
Priest Vego, give us your little bit in this. Give us your little bit in this, priest.
Yeah, we'll give thanks again, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, the tradition, Rastafari, and I give thanks for the Asian culture, you know. Because so, and I, as black people, come out to the West here in slavery, and really penetrate and infiltrate black people mind, you know. So the doctrine and the teaching, when they put it up on black people just hold on that and feel say that is the truth, you know. So the God in spirit and God in flesh, then the people them don't really accept or see God in flesh, you know. Just lately, a few people will realize and recognize God in flesh, you know. So the teaching is Majesty Emperor Emmanuel really come with, you know. we show forward I and ourselves, you know. That's we are God and God is upon the earth, you know. You know, from creation, you know.
Were you at the gathering?
No, I was at the gathering at that time, but I heard about the great gathering, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so from that gathering there still, you know, cause within such time, them say gather, the Rastaman gather towards repatriation to go forward home, you know.
Yeah, to go to Africa.
Africa, yeah, because that is our main objective, you know, through Marcus Garvey prophecy, you know. So the gathering was great, you know, and through the misbehavior and things like that, you find things get away. And from His Majesty Emperor Emmanuel really established his foundation. He used to have a program on the Jamaica radar every Sunday evening, 3:15, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And those time the government of that time say the country, the radio station mustn't give Prince Emmanuel seat no freedom.
On the radio.
On the radio, because those times you find say freedom of speech, freedom of everything was kind of stubborn in Jamaica, you know. Because him say, if he gives Prince Emmanuel a 15-minute speech on the radio every Sunday, he must judge everybody with a Jamaica and draw them to himself.
Wow.
You know, because with the black culture, because he was coming with a natural black culture to leave politics, because I don't take part and involved in politics, you know, with a Mark X, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So all these things that father enlighten and culture people of their future, you know, within Africa and repatriation, you know. So through all those things now still, you know, the government really sabotage the works of King Emmanuel from that time, you know, up to this time still. Although them talk about freedom of speech and freedom of voice and things, they still sabotage the movement of repatriation, you know, within this time, you know.
If I could come in there,
Yes,
you know,
yes,
because
yes.
you see, you did ask the Honorable Priest Morgan of his presence in 58. The thing is, this is such a rich history, Brother Dave. You know, when you look at it, they're different. Okay, for example, there's a noted professor, Brother Barry Chavez, and few other, you may know of him, few other authors of, you know, Jamaican origin as such. And they would have written works highlighting everything that you're hearing here. It's not, this is not like a Rasta story, you know. This is well documented university professor-wise sort of teachings you're getting here, and that is the truth. But the thing is, Rastafari history, and I must say, I am a man, I must say, the Rastafari history in Jamaica is extremely rich. Because when you go into, especially the tribulation part of it, or when you go into Coral Gardens, for example, in 1963, around the time of Good Friday, Resurrection time, there's something known as the Coral Gardens Massacre. People call it a Coral Gardens incident. An incidental like when you run into somebody. But that was a massacre, well planned. Again, the elders, I'm sure if I spark them up, they can give you some heavy story about that. And then you have in 66 and 66 when Haile Selassie visited. That's a next level of the story again, the rich history. These elders have a part to play in that. Almost everyone have something to say, even if they may not have taken up to the faith at that time about the visitation of Haile Selassie. And then as Bobo Shanti, as members of this Congress, our Congress went through some terrible times in the 60s, in 67, I think in 69, until we established our Congress in the world-renowned Bobo Hill. Everybody hear about Bobo Hill, enough reggae singer. Bobo Hill, that's where Honorable Empress Maisie was speaking of when she said she came to this camp. No one ever saw anything like that since the days of Pinnacle. You know, you have to give respect even to Pinnacle and that establishment too. It did show Rastafari a lot about self-reliance, etc., coming from the teachings of Marcus Garvey. So the history is very rich. It is documented. You know, I mentioned Marcus Garvey. I know just the other day Marcus Garvey came up. I think it's in the cabinet reports when they're going to name, I think it's a street after George Alexander Maguire. And of course, you know, the good other brother there, George Weston, you know, and Maguire, you know, when I brought up Maguire in the book I wrote, Anu, several years ago, many people were not aware of that. It's the same brother Paddy Simon that had to go on the radio and defend me and say, no, man, you all know history, man. Maguire come from Sweets. I never forget that. And now I see get in a street or something named from him. So I'm just bringing that in, you know, to kind of...
What I want you to do is to remind our listeners who may have just joined us,
yes, my father,
the occasion and what is taking place now.
Yeah, again, Royal Family, we are celebrating the 133rd anniversary of the birth of Emperor Haile Selassie I. Of course, this is an international celebration all over the world. Christians celebrate this as well. In fact, I come into what's happening, but if you take your time to do your research, even before Rastafari, many Christians were hailing the king. Even the same Poco people, Honorable Priest Fliego, the professor there, I can't remember, the professor in Jamaica, you know him well. He said, that, no, one of our Rassis right now, the brethren that just write the book about the Rasta there, who they call the first Rasta, Plano. Brethren just write the book. He does come Bobo Hill too. But anyway, he was saying that, he was highlighting that even before Haile Selassie was crowned, a lot of the Poco people was hailing Rastafari. I know that may not touch with everyone, but it just shows you how deep, even before Haile Selassie was crowned, there were people that acknowledged that there's a divine man with us. That's why Marcus Garvey could point him out. So tonight, family, for those who do not know, even right now, you could go to the botanical gardens, the Rassis are there, holding their meds, and you have Ital food. They were there on Monday and Tuesday. It's an annual thing. But tonight, you can go home and fresh up, put on your dandan, come back to the botanical gardens. You don't know. Everything is open and free. Free, as they say, salvation is free. I know this time of year, you have to spend a lot of money. You don't have to spend a lot of money with us at all. Just come and full joy yourself. We'll be Nyabingi service will be taking place from the Bobo Shanti order, so you'll be seeing the churchical aspect of it. And of course, you don't know the Nyabingi, Ras Freeman and Big Creek and all the elders will be there having a wonderful time. And again, as customary, because we do this every year, you know, we return to our camp and we rise another service, even if it's close to midnight, and believe me, we'll be there until the sunrise tomorrow morning. So you can even come up by us. And after everything is quiet down, because we'll be rocking through the evening. Everyone know where we are, the Pierce Village main road. You see our banners flying. That is our campground. Education and inspiration and spiritual salvation. That is the motto of our grounds.
We're going to take a commercial break. We'll have more when we get back.
Attention, everyone. The Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge is inviting you to join us in September for the African Union CARICOM Summit in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Sign up for the 3-day package and be a part of the AU CARICOM Summit, plus take in all of the sights of Addis Ababa, the new flower. Or you can opt for our 9-day cultural national tour, and that will engulf sites like Lalibela, Aksum, the Simeon Mountains, and much more. Transportation, accommodation, and your meals all included. So contact us now and reserve your spot. Email us priestisaacinstitute@gmail.com or visit our website priestisaacinstitute.com. Ethiopia. See you there.
Stay locked to Connecting with Dave Lester Payne, right here on Observer Radio 91.1 FM.
It's all about the 133rd anniversary of the birth of Haile Selassie, the first emperor of Ethiopia. And the celebration is all over the world. Not to be done here in Antigua and Barbuda. We have some notables with us. They're in Antigua to be part of this celebration. Priest?
Yes, my good brother. Earlier, I know you were engaging with Priest Morgan, and I know before our time goes also, I think once you don't mind me shifting it around here, that the Honorable Priest gives us a bit of update, because a lot of ones don't understand too that, you know, Rastafari is really the forerunner of the reparation agenda. The Honorable Priest Morgan highlighted a moment ago the repatriation is one form of reparation too, you know, because you're repairing. Reparation really means to repair the nation. I know when we say reparation, we go down a tunnel of somebody giving money back and all of that, you know. But in the early days, Rastafari, we never used the term reparation. It was really repatriation with compensation, which really boils down, the term is a good term, you know. But the way we use the term, we're not thinking repatriation anymore at all. That's like even totally off of the agenda. But we as Rastafari, in general, have been holding strong to that agenda. But the truth is, this is just quickly for me, what it is, a lot of things that Rasta would have forerun or harbengered would have been snatched from us. Maybe we make it get away, and has been used in many different ways. Whether it's the locks or enough things, you know. Remember, you couldn't go to church with locks, now the preacher had locks. You know, the marijuana, the cannabis. Yeah, man, give them a few ounces, man. We'll make the big dollars down here. Things that we done die for, lock up for, ostracize for. So our agenda now that you see on the front line, trust me, the reparation talk that you see on CNN News, it began in the Bingi house of Rastafari. In fact, all the elders will tell you that Prince Emmanuel is the first diplomat. He's the first Rastaman to write a letter to Queen Elizabeth demanding our full freedom. So in the interest of time, I would just like the Honorable Priest Morgan specifically, as he really handles a lot, as he love Priest Fleego there, as he but he handles a lot of those diplomatic agendas, and just to give us a update on that, if possible, our history coming up to speed. My Lord, as
my
possible.
Lord, give thanks again, my Lord. Well, within the INI Congress or government, reparation and repartition, the father said, two of them go hand in hand, none leave out the other. But you see, they form a reparation committee in Jamaica, and they are just agitating for the monetary part of it, you know. See? But the man say the two of them go hand in hand, because I want to return back to our birthright, you know, Africa, you know. So the two of them, reparation and repartition, go hand in hand. So we are agitating for such reparation that the damage what the evil white world put on us, we can repair, you know, with such compensation, you know. So,
and the 4-point agenda, if you could say it.
And our father did really establish a 4-point agenda, 4-point and a 17-page agenda petition, you know, to all world heads of government, you know. Well, the 4-point agenda is to, we are looking representation from the Queen of England, you know, and to provide transportation for I as black people down in the West here still, you know, because so I didn't pay to even come out of Africa and take us by brute force, you know. So we are looking for such.
You brought us here, you need to take us back. You need to compensate us.
Yeah.
You need to get us back there.
That's what we can even purchase one ship, or if they don't want to provide the ship, we can do it ourselves still, you know. So within such fullness, within this time and still, because just even the reparation money, when the government and the private people them agitate for it, even in Jamaica, them say they want such money to pay back IMF loan and them things they still. But just say such money must go into the bank of Ethiopia World Bank, and when that money reaches Ethiopia World Bank, then they can assort it out and see how it really go finance island movements out of the West here, said yesterday, you know.
So that money should not be coming to government to repay their debts or for them to do what they want to do with it.
Natural. But that's why the Congress stand, you know, within such position, because if it's not the Congress, the rest of private sector, all the people that want the money to go to the government, you know. But we're agitating that it don't go to the government, you know. So, and as Rastafari, I come together within such unity, you know, that we can monitor our own affair, you know, within such compensation, paper and to I&I, you know. And just say, the money can't even go into the World Bank of Ethiopia, as I said before, because there it go, and when it go in there now, then they can sort out different affair where to take part with, you know. So, reparation and repatriation go hand in hand, you know, none will leave the other, you know, because it will give strength to I&I as slave children.
Got you. Priest?
True, my Lord. And of course, you know, what's important, even with what was said there, is that whole concept of us as a nation of people understanding the importance of the homeland too. Because what has happened as generations pass, the interest in our motherland, because we are people of identity, and you know, without connecting to your motherland, basically, no matter what you call yourself, you actually would have lost your identity. Yes, my Lord. Well, basically, I know you have about 9 more minutes even on the program. As I said, for those who may be coming in, we have some beautiful elders with us. I know Honorable Priest Fligo, I'm sure, wouldn't mind just following up on what Priest Morgan said. And then Honorable Empress Maisie, anything you may want to even leave with us, and because I know the time is soon. Priest Fligo.
Yeah, man, give thanks, you know, because through freedom, redemption, repatriation, and I agitate for. Because we won't go cry, you know, saying? Because the Western Hemisphere is not our one. I choose slavery, make we find ourselves down here. So we agitate for go home forward, you know? And just say we don't take no money from them down here. No reparation money or no money. Because if them claim say Hilary Bickles and Ron Gonzalez and all the reparation committee them, we farm up say them just want to gather money because down in Jamaica there, the money where them want to gather have to build up more prison for the people them, because them talk, you know, and what them are going to do for build up the infrastructure. And you know, I know we them argue, we not get no money, and we don't want no money from them down here neither. Because them put the money, as the Virgin said, the priest said earlier on, you know, the bank have to open and go home and go build up, you know? Because I just say, them take you out to Africa, them sell it for nothing, so them have to redeem us, so we don't have to pay or go home, you know? Because Africa won, my lord. So give thanks, you know, for freedom, redemption, repatriation. It's our burning issue. The Bobo Shanti stand for that. It's a place when Emmanuel come, like I'm a freedom fighter. Before Jamaica move, him say Africa open him door cautious to the west. I would there here, so we want go home. But we want to the people them who come for. We come for some people, you know. We will send and come. That's why I see the foundation stand for agitate for freedom, redemption, repatriation. Because no good no down here for you and I. No you see place pretty up all kind of skyscraper building, up a carriage up and down. No good no down in the west of you and I. Ethiopia, Africa. And that's how we will go, you know. And any other, that's why the Congress stand for freedom, redemption, repatriation. We land every man and woman to them one vine and fig tree. Africa for the African.
One fine and fig tree.
Yeah. Africa for the African, those at home and us abroad. Europe for the European, China for the Chinese, you know, India for the Indian. In the Western Hemisphere, you don't know, say they are Wakanda, Apache and all these people, for them inheritances. But Africa, and where the world for know, say black man are the hunger nation of people we have a heaven. A one heaven, you know. So like a one God, one heaven. So any man I look towards heaven, or look towards Africa, for him heaven. Because there the God rise out, you know? The black God, out of the black man and the black woman come all nation. And no nation can bring the black sons and daughters. My Lord, bless you.
Yes, my Lord. And even before Empress Maisie come in, let me just say, on that same subject area, because as Rastafari, we must return to King Emmanuel again. even as a freedom fighter, you see a lot of the political prisoners that, you know, in the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s. And many people don't know, even Nelson Mandela coming out of prison. Prince Emmanuel had a lot to do with that because of the agitation that he would have been continually giving to the British government to release political prisoners. So you hear about the Black Panthers. Paddy Simon would always say we talk about other people's history. Yes, you hear about the Black Panthers and you hear about the Black Power, but even Rastafari would have had a strong diplomatic core that fits in perfectly with history that we kind of overglass. But again, all of this is written by even outstanding scholars like Barry Chavens and, as I said, Rex Nettleford as well, and some other great ones. Honorable Empress Maisie, anything
Yes.
on that specific topic or whatever you desire to come in with?
Well, I think my priests, them have done a lot, and they have said a lot, you know. So I just want to pick up our moderator, Mr. Payne. Thank you for having us.
Oh, you're welcome.
And to the Honorable Ambassador, Honorable Priest Isaac, my Lord, thank you for organizing this interview.
I appreciate that.
And I just want to big up all my Bobo family in Antigua. It's good to be here on the ground with you all celebrating. You know, my first time. I also have a grandson going to the college here.
Yes, to
Okay.
the
In
university.
Antigua,
The
in the
university.
right.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
So I'm happy to be here. Enough respect to my family back home in the Congress, you know, as we celebrate this day of our father's anniversary. So heart of love, and to your listeners, heart of love and blessing
And
to
they're
them
seeing you
too.
also, you know. They're
Okay.
viewing you
Okay,
They
thank
can see you.
All right, thank you.
around the world.
All right, thank you, thank you,
Okay.
thank you.
And
sir.
it was my pleasure to host you guys because, of
Yes.
course, I think it's important for us as a black people, you know, and as we celebrate the 133rd anniversary of the birth of Haile Selassie, the first emperor of Ethiopia. I mean, it's in our DNA. So we're glad that you can be here. Here's hoping the celebration will continue. And today and this evening,
Yes, this
a
evening.
success. So you can outline it all again because you got just about 3 minutes to do
Yes,
that.
yes. So royal family again, and I know I can handle the time good. Honorable Priest Morgan said something earlier too. I must go forward to that just in case it kind of missed anyone. He highlighted that Haile Selassie was the 9th child of his mother. And I mean, I know in our history, I mean, my father was maybe the 9th too of 13 children. But this is a different kind of 9th. Haile Selassie had 8 siblings before him that all of them died.
Wow.
Yes.
They either died when they born or little after they born, they just died. He was the only one to live. After that, his mother was having another child, and that attempted birth took her and the child.
Wow.
So that was the end of that. And that's an interesting way for any human being to come into the world. But after you had the chance to examine, because Haile Selassie history done written there in a sense, after examining this man, a man that has become a god to some, a man that crushed Mussolini and took himself out of World War II, a man that pricked the conscience of the world in 1936 when he stood before the League of Nations, you know, the first head of state to visit the United States from Africa. You know, as Priest Fliego said, Kennedy said that no other man will ever come here of this standard.
As great as him.
And when you observe how he came into the world, you should at least consider the divinity that ones want to place on him, because he obviously came in very uniquely, you know. So again, family, you can join us tonight at the Botanical Gardens. I hear they're trying to call it Victoria Park again. They better be careful, you know. We can't go to that over and over and over again. So we're trying to bring this thing to an end. But anyway, Botanical Gardens, from 6 o'clock, from about 6 o'clock, we'll be gathering for the Nyabingi. But even now, you can come, and brothers and sisters are around. And again, many people know already that our headquarters is in on the Paynes Village main road, almost where you reach to Seaton's. In the evening, we'll be returning there, not to go until midnight, but to go until the rising of the sun, straight into morning devotion. You know, service is the main thing when it comes to the Bobo Shanti.
Thanks a lot for being with us. Enjoy your stay in Antigua and Barbuda, and wishing your grandson great success at the University of the West Indies. And I'm glad that he's here. And to all the honorable priests, thanks for being with us today, and stay safe.
Give thanks,
Thank
my
you.
Lord.
Keep on fighting. Keep on
Yeah,
fighting.
yeah, freedom fighters.
And remember that Bobo Shanti is Sabbath keeper, 6-day labor and 7-day rest.
Okay.
So give thanks and welcome each and everyone for the Sabbath,
Thanks for the invitation.
Thank
Top of the
you.
hour.
Attention, everyone. The Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge is inviting you to join us in September for the African Union CARICOM Summit in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Sign up for the 3-day package and be a part of the AU CARICOM Summit. Plus, take in all of the sights of Addis Ababa, the new flower. Or you can opt for our 9-day cultural national tour, and that will engulf sites like Lalibela, Aksum, the Simeon Mountains, and much more. Transportation, accommodation, and your meals all included. So contact us now and reserve your spot. Email us priestisaacinstitute@gmail.com or visit our website priestisaacinstitute.com. Ethiopia. See you there.